that vintage charm historically needs constant attention, which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them, the right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
This is the College Football Playoff National Championship, presented by AT&T on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Well, head to Atlanta coming up for kickoff. Alongside Matt Sims, I'm Kevin Winter. Keys to the game, Matt. Let's start for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, the 7th seed, and almost 9-point underdogs tonight.
9-point underdogs. Hey, win the turnover battle. Control the line of scrimmage. Don't give up massive plays by the secondary. The secondary has to be on point tonight. They play a lot of man coverage, have to lock down those receivers for Ohio State, limit the big plays, but must win the turnover battle for Notre Dame.
All right, and if you're the Ohio State Buckeyes tonight, give me your keys to the game for the Buckeyes to claim national championship number 7.
Be patient. You're the bigger, stronger, more physical, talented team. Continue to lean on Notre Dame. Continue to put pressure on them in all 3 phases. And make sure you're playing clean football. Dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now, for these games, they have a tendency sometimes, look, in college football, they've been blowouts. Sometimes when you get a national championship coming up in other sports, you have X factors.
Yeah.
Give me some X factors tonight. Some guys who either guys or just sides of the ball that may determine this game.
You know, for Notre Dame, I think of a few players, and most of them are honestly on the defense side of football. I know there's been injuries on their offensive line, but I think about Drake Bowen. I think about Jack Kaiser. The 2 middle linebackers have to play phenomenal. Snead as well involved there with that linebacker queue. But I also think about Christian Gary and Leonard Moore. These 2 guys have to play phenomenal on islands against the 2 best receivers they've seen all season long. So those are some of my X factors there for the Notre Dame side.
All right, give me about the Buckeyes. What's the next factor?
Buckeyes side of it is going to be, it's Will Howard. It's
Okay.
Will Howard all day. Play clean football. Take care of the rock. Be the motivator that you've been on the sideline. Getting the team ready to go. No self-inflicted wounds as far as the offense goes. And just manage the football game. You're the better team. Key for him, just protect the ball.
Back to it's a combination of Ohio State and Notre Dame. What do you expect for Jeremiah Smith tonight? He had 1 reception against Texas. They play primarily zone. He is arguably the most talented player on the field tonight when it comes to a skill position.
Yeah.
What kind of evening do we expect out of Jeremiah Smith?
I say that he's got 5 or 6 catches for at least 75 to 100. I really do. And I think for an Ohio State victory, it's going to have to rely on something like that. I think he needs to be involved, and I think they're going to have a few plays specially designed for him.
In Ohio State victory, I could see the big plays happening. I mean,
Right.
heck, that's how they basically dismantled Oregon in the Rose Bowl. If you're Notre Dame, how vital is it you can't give them up?
And Notre Dame, the biggest thing, the difference between Notre Dame, I think, and Texas did a bad job of understanding situational football. Even the screen pass for the touchdown right before half was a backbreaker. Al Golden and this crew will be all over those type of football plays, and they will limit some of those plays just because they are well coached and they understand what is to be expected from Ohio State's offense.
You have a prediction tonight?
My prediction, pain. No.
Thank you, clever.
Yeah, I think the prediction of this football game, I'm going to go 24-17 Ohio State.
I like the under. Each of the last 6 college football playoff national title games have been decided by at least 15 points, and the average margin of victory is 28. Granted, Georgia and TCU has a lot to do with that when they beat TCU. It's been a lot of fun, buddy.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure.
All right, it is one of the hottest tickets in the history of college football. It is the College Football Playoff National Championship, presented by AT&T, with 2 of the most passionate fan bases in the history of the game. It's Notre Dame and Ohio State. With the call, we go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta and join our broadcast team with Katie George and Ian Fitzsimmons alongside Greg McElroy. Here's Sean McDonough.
All right, thank you, Kevin, and good evening once again, everybody, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, filled to capacity and then some, one of the toughest tickets in recent memory in American sport. And we're just moments away from the teams taking the field, Notre Dame and Ohio State, for the national championship. And the nuts and bolts of this matchup, Ohio State considered the favorite, considered to be the most talented team. Meanwhile, Notre Dame just keeps finding a way to win as winners of 13 in a row. What do you think are the most important parts of this game tonight?
Well, for Ohio State, they have to avoid the key mistake. They have the better roster. They're healthier. But Notre Dame has forced teams to play the way they want them to play. Big mistakes that have been created in each of the first three playoff games, and they have capitalized time and time again. For Ohio State, involve their playmakers and their weapons. Will Howard, the quarterback, has been outstanding, but the wide receivers are the ones that can win this game for the Buckeyes. In particular, Jeremiah Smith, who had 13 catches for 290 yards in the first two playoff games before he was finally held in check against Texas. It should be a tremendous matchup against a great secondary of Fighting Irish.
Just had a stirring rendition of our national anthem from Coco Jones. The Spelman College Glee Choir sang America the Beautiful, and now the fans anticipating the arrival of the two teams in this 71,000-seat stadium. And it's a good thing the roof is closed tonight. It was a chilly couple of days here in Atlanta. It never got above freezing here in the capital of Georgia today. What's this like? You've played in a national championship game just moments before you take the field.
A lot of anxiety in those last few moments. You're excited. That anxiety, though, Sean, in many ways, you crave it. It's almost like an addiction as a player, and to know that, hey, this game is going to be about execution, reminding yourself about what needs to be done on those first 10 plays. Think about the first 10 plays and let the rest of the game come to you. So just reminders, things to think about in those spots, and come out without making big mistakes early.
Notre Dame has just taken the field. We have Ian Fitzsimmons on the Ohio State sideline as the Buckeyes are just a moment away from taking the field. Good evening, Ian.
Sean, thank you. And this Ohio State bunch has really bought into a second lease on life. The quarterback, Will Howard, before the Rose Bowl against top-ranked Oregon, told me it is so rare to have an opportunity to play and get another chance at a national championship and redeem yourselves. And he went back and talked about that loss. They called it to the team up north in Michigan. And he said, we are so blessed to have a shot with the 12-team playoff to redeem ourselves and play our best football. That is exactly what they've done. Other senior leaders on this Ohio State team have also embraced that exact same thing, that rare opportunity to avenge a loss and find a chance to win a national championship. And this Ohio State bunch, they're playing like they have that second lease on life and that second chance that Will Howard was talking about. For more on that very thing also, let's head over to Katie George at Notre Dame. Katie?
Well, Ian, the big question coming into this game for Notre Dame was who will start at left tackle. We now have our answer. Sophomore Charles Jagusah will get the nod after Anthony Knapp suffered a season-ending ankle injury in the Orange Bowl. Jagusah was the intended starter at left tackle before a season-ending injury. What they thought was a season-ending injury sidelined him for much of the year. He was available, rehabbed, attacked it, got back, and was able to help out 10 days ago in the Orange Bowl at right guard. Rocco Spindler went down. Spindler is back healthy tonight. They'll keep him at right guard, with Jagusah making his first start of the season at left tackle. No time like the present in our national championship, Sean.
That's right, Katie. Both teams have dealt with key injuries all season long. Ohio State played the second half of the year without two of their best offensive linemen. Both teams on the field now. Ohio State is on the near sideline as we look down on the field from the press box level to give you an idea of our vantage point. We're on the 5-yard line. As we look down on the field, most of it is to our left. Ohio State's on the near sideline dressed in white uniform tops with the scarlet numerals, gray pants, and silver helmets. Notre Dame on the far sideline with the shiny gold helmets on top of blue jerseys with white numbers and gold pants. And the captains are out at midfield for the toss of the coin with the referee, Steve Marlowe. It's an SEC officiating crew and SEC replay as well. There's also collaborative replay back in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Dr. Bernice King is coming out for the coin toss on this Martin Luther King Day. Quite a day in America. We inaugurated the President of the United States. It's Martin Luther King Day, and the national championship in college football is about to get underway. Steve Marlowe going through the instructions with the captains. Ohio State 13-2, the only losses in the regular season at Oregon. And to Michigan in the regular season finale, it was a devastating loss. And it's impressive, Greg, the way they have bounced back to win their 3 games in this college football playoff against excellent competition. Tennessee and Oregon, and in the semifinal, Texas, and all of them won by 2 touchdowns or more.
And I think the start was so important for Ohio State in each of those 3 playoff games. The first quarters, they are outscoring opponents 42-0 the last few weeks. They have come out on fire. So the start of this game for Notre Dame's defense to get their cleats in the ground and settle in will be imperative against a high-octane and aggressive group led by offensive coordinator Chip Kelly.
Notre Dame 14-1, winners of 13 in a row, the longest winning streak in the country. Of course, they lost in week 2 to Northern Illinois as a 28.5-point favorite, their own devastating loss from which they had to bounce back, and they did. They were basically in a must-win situation every week thereafter, and they've won all 13 games. The school record, 14 wins. For both of these schools, the 16th game of the season is the most that they've played in school history. Not a surprise with the expanded playoff and the fact that they are in the national championship game. Ohio State won the toss and deferred. And we're about to have the opening kickoff. It'll be Ohio State kicking off from our right to our left. And the kickoff man is Jaden Fielding, the junior from League City, Texas. He has it teed up on the near hash mark. And Jaden Harrison is the deepest for Notre Dame, standing back at the goal line. He had one of the electrifying plays of this college football playoff. Returned the second half kickoff against Georgia for a touchdown to open up some breathing room in their win over the SEC champion Bulldogs. Crowd just about 50-50. Lots of scarlet below us and around to our left, and on the far side of the field, looping around to our right, a sea of green. Fortunate to be here. The average ticket price during the week was more than $2,200. Fielding has it teed up. He has a strong leg. Recruited out of League City, Texas to be their kickoff man and is their field goal kicker this year. And he bombs one that lands almost out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback, and Notre Dame will start on offense at its 25-yard line, led by Riley Leonard, playing in his last college football game. The senior from Fairhope, Alabama, a transfer from Duke, where he spent 3 seasons, the last 2 as the starter. He struggled in that loss to Northern Illinois, but they've won every game since, and he's been really the biggest reason why on their offense.
And really in the last 7 games, the downfield passing attack has really picked up. He might have to create some big plays through the air against a really good Ohio State defense.
He's a dual threat quarterback. They open up in the gun. He is Jeremiah Love, the running back, to his left. 2 receivers wide to the right, and a single receiver to the boundary on the left. A handoff to Love, trying to cut to the right, and he gets knocked down at the line of scrimmage and driven back. JT Tuimoloau, part of that great defensive front for Ohio State, the number 1 defense in the country, both in scoring defense, giving up just 12 points per game, and in total defense, they're giving up 250 yards per game. Notre Dame is second in the country in scoring defense. Loss of a yard on the play. They stay in the shotgun with Love now on the right side of Leonard. The tight end, Mitchell Evans, went in motion to the left. It's a fake handoff, a design quarterback run, and a hole up the middle from Leonard. And he's knocked down at the 32-yard line by Sonny Styles, the linebacker, and Jordan Hancock. a safety, a gain of 9. Notre Dame goes quickly to the line with 3rd down and 3 upcoming.
And it will be imperative all night long to stay in third and manageable situations. On a bad first down play, good second down play, set up 3rd and short.
It is Jagisaw starting at left tackle, as Katie George reported. Out of the shotgun again. Love shifts wide to the right. It's another designed run for Leonard, and he carries for the first down. Across the 35 to the 37 for a gain of 5. And every time in this postseason when they've had to have it, 3rd and short, 4th down and short, or running out the clock protecting a lead, Leonard's been the man.
Also in the red zone, too, and no limitations on how many touches he'll get tonight.
They stay in the shotgun. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Love the running back on the right hip of Leonard, who stepped toward the offensive line to give them some information. Minute and 40 gone by, no score. Shotgun snap to Leonard. Looking around, turns to his right and throws incomplete. He was trying to hit Chris Mitchell, curling up at around the 50-yard line along the near hash marks. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
First opportunity to really see this offensive line in pass protection. They held up pretty good. Riley Leonard starting the read to the left, scanning all the way back to the right and throwing it away with decent coverage on the back end.
Leonard stays in the gun, moves some of his players around, brings Love back to his left hip. 2 receivers to either side. The tight end, Mitchell Evans, is in the slot to Leonard's left. The snap to Leonard. He hits a quick slant to Mitchell this time, and he's down at the 45-yard line. They'll give him the 46 for a 9-yard gain. Denzel Burke, starting his 51st straight game at cornerback, made the tackle for Ohio State. And thought it was going to be 3rd down, but the chains on the far sideline say 1st down. But it looked like he came up short from our vantage point. They do give him the 1st down, and no protest from the Ohio State sideline. So they're on the 46. A quick snap to Leonard and a swing pass out wide to the left to Jeremiah Love across midfield and down to the Buckeye 47-yard line. Cody Simon, their leading tackler linebacker there, along with Jordan Hancock. A 7-yard gain. Love bothered throughout the postseason by an injured right knee. Mike Denbrock, the offensive coordinator, asked him during the week, "You need to be honest. How do you feel?" He said, "I'm 90% and getting better." They send Love out wide to the right. He's in the slot right with 2 other receivers. Now he shifts back to the left hip of Leonard. And the tight end, Evans, goes to the right. On 2nd down and 3. Impressive opening drive for Notre Dame. Leonard on a keeper off left tackle. He got stood up at the 45-yard line by Tyleek Williams. A terrific defensive tackle. We talked to Mike Denbrock, the offensive coordinator. He said that guy is a handful.
Yeah, the ends for Ohio State get all the credit. Sawyer and Tuimoloau are amazing, but do not lose sight of 91 on the interior. He's very disruptive, not just as a run stopper, but as a pass rusher as well.
Jadarian Price, the backup running back, comes on the field for Notre Dame. They're 1 for 1 on 3rd down. This is 3rd down and a long one. Both running backs are in the game, one on either side of Leonard out of the shotgun. Ball's on the left hash mark. Love goes in motion. They hand it off to him, coming from left to right. He's in trouble. And banged down behind the line of scrimmage by a swarm of Buckeyes, led by Kenyatta Jackson Jr. and Cody Simon.
And that's not
They're going to give him forward progress to the 45, and now a decision for Marcus Freeman, the Notre Dame head coach in his 3rd year, an Ohio State graduate, leaves the offense out there on 4th down and 1.
Now you can expect quarterback run up the middle as opposed to trying to play sideline to sideline like they did on 3rd down.
Leonard in the shotgun with Jadarian Price, the running back, to his right. It's a direct snap to Leonard and a design run, and once again he gets the 1st down, running off right tackle to the 42-yard line for a 3-yard pickup. And if the Notre Dame coaches, Greg, were concerned about their offensive line against this defensive front, they're more than holding their own so far.
And if they've learned anything on that 3rd and 1, they try to go with the sweep to Love to the outside. Do not run horizontally against Ohio State. Run right at them downhill.
Down to 10-10 to go, 1st quarter. No score. Notre Dame with the opening drive, and they're on the move. Leonard takes a shotgun snap, looking around, antsy feet, rolls to his right, throws back over the middle. It's caught And down inside the 30-yard line goes Eli Raridan, the backup tight end, with a 14-yard gain to the 28-yard line. And another Notre Dame first down. And the Irish go quickly to the line of scrimmage. The ball's on the right hash mark. 10 plays on this opening drive. They've held the ball now for more than 5 minutes. Leonard's 3 out of 4 passing for 31 yards. Shotgun again. 5 receivers. 3 to the short side right. Price, one of them went in motion to the left. The snap to Leonard. He sets and fires, and an errant pass. A diving attempt made by Chris Mitchell on a ball thrown to his right near the 23-yard line between the hash marks and the numbers. And it fell incomplete. It'll be second down and 10.
Yeah, the first significant miss from Riley Leonard. His guy was open. He didn't get his feet set. He looked like he was a little anxious about the rush and missed it way wide to the outside and low.
11 plays so far, 6 of them rushes, 4 by Leonard. 5 of them throws. He's now 3 out of 5. Price, the running back, on the right hip of Leonard out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left. The handoff to Price, running outside of the left, has some running room, turns the corner, and gets dragged down near a first down along the far sideline by Caleb Downs, the All-American sophomore safety. They're going to mark him down at the 19, just short of the first down. It's another third down and 1, and probably Riley Leonard time again.
I would think so. I think Riley Leonard will get another look. He's already got 4 carries. And they've been really good on third and short all season long, but Price there showing some speed to the outside.
Notre Dame is substituting. They bring receivers off the sideline. They're on the left hash mark. Leonard with the running back Love to his left. And it's a shotgun snap, and it's Leonard straight ahead again. Why change it if it keeps working? And it works again as he fights his way inside the 15. They actually move the Buckeyes back for a 5-yard gain. Leonard, spindly at 6'4", about 215 pounds. Doesn't look pretty, but he's effective.
It's just been a dream start to this game for Mike Denbrock's offense. Now entering play 14, but they're approaching the midway point of the first quarter, so this is helping their defense as well with a tremendous start.
Ball right in the middle of the field. They're on the 14-yard line. 14th play of the drive. Shotgun snap, a handoff to Love across the formation from right to left and down to the 11-yard line between the hash marks of the numbers. For a gain of 2 for Love, the sophomore from St. Louis, who had the 98-yard touchdown run in the first game of this playoff against Indiana, the first score of this 12-team college football playoff to set the tone for the Irish. They're on the left hash mark. Both running backs in the game now. Shotgun again for Leonard. They send Jordan Faison in motion to the right. Leonard pulls it down, starts running to the right, has room, thought about throwing it, then pulls it down, runs some more, and gets shoved out of bounds inside the 8-yard line. They'll mark it at the 7, shoved out by Caleb Downs. And he is 3 yards short of the first down. It'll be third down and 3 for Notre Dame at the Ohio State 7 on the right hash. 6th carry for Leonard for 27 yards.
And possibly 2 downs to get it here, knowing that field goals are going to be very, very difficult to beat Ohio State. Might have 2 downs here on 3rd and 3.
Under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ohio State hasn't touched the ball yet. Out of the gun, Leonard. 2 receivers to either side. He fakes an inside handoff. Slips as he tries to cut. Lunges forward. Got inside the 5, but it looks like he's about a half-yard short of the first down. He faked the handoff, kept it. And when he turned the corner, he slipped just a bit. They mark it right on the 5. So it's 4th down and 1, and the offense stays on the field for the Irish.
I don't think there's any secret about what's going to be called here, but Riley Leonard looking like he's a little out of gas. Hands on the hips, just a little bit bending over ever so slightly. They hand it to him again on 4th and short.
Almost a 9-minute drive. The clock down to 6:05 to go in the first quarter. 17th play of the possession, 4th down and 1. Leonard, direct snap. He goes straight ahead and has another first down. Powers toward the end zone and goes down at the 1. He got rocked by Cody Simon, but again, he and the Irish moved the pile toward the goal line. What a start for Notre Dame. Leonard a little slow to get up. put his hands on his knees just trying to catch his breath. He took a big pop at the 3-yard line, but with some help from the big offensive lineman, including Pat Coogan, the center, got to the 1. He's rushed 8 times on this drive for 33. First and goal, Notre Dame. 5:23 to go in the quarter. In motion, Bo Collins, direct snap. Leonard walks in for a touchdown untouched. Off left tackle. What a drive by Notre Dame. And Riley Leonard, the rushing touchdown, his 17th of the season, adding to his Notre Dame single-season quarterback record. 18 plays, 75 yards, 9 minutes and 45 seconds off the clock. Leonard, 9 carries for 34, and the touchdown. And on that play, Greg, a great job done by the new left tackle, Jagisaw.
Excellent job by the entire offensive line, and a good run there by Ryler, designed to hit play side to the right, cuts it back to the left, and he's walking for a touchdown.
Mitchell Jeter for the extra point, and it is good. What an opening drive by Notre Dame. They lead 7-0 with 5:15 left in the first quarter. You're listening to the College Football Playoff National Championship presented by AT&T on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
We've locked in low prices to help you save big store-wide. Look for the locked in low prices tags and enjoy extra savings throughout the store. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Single game tickets for Cincinnati women's basketball are on sale now. Don't miss the Bearcats, led by head coach Katrina Merriweather, in Fifth Third Arena for year 2 in the Big 12 Conference. Join the sisterhood. Get your tickets today at gobearcats.com/tickets or call 1-877-CATS-TICKS.
Most people that buy their own health insurance think that once they have chosen their plan from Obamacare during the open enrollment period, well, they're stuck with it for a year. They think if they have to change, they're going to be penalized, taxed, or arrested or something. That is not true. This is simply not the case. You can change any time, no problems. We always put off doing certain things, and reviewing your health insurance options is like getting a root canal. But you can change and save big with better coverage. If you're fairly healthy and don't need mandated coverage like maternity, you can save 30 to 60%. Couples under 65 are saving $500 to $1,000 a month with better coverage. You owe it to yourself. You can at least make the call. Educate yourself. Call 513-800-CALL, 513-800-2255. To learn more, go to CoverCincy. That's CoverCinci.com.
700 WLW.
You're listening to the College Football Playoff National Championship, presented by AT&T on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the College Football Playoff National Championship presented by AT&T on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. 18-play drive, the longest scoring drive in BCS or College Football Playoff Championship game history. That dates back to 1998. And Greg McElroy was Notre Dame doing that right out of the gate, taking the opening kickoff. 18 plays, 75 yards for the touchdown.
Just so impressive. Taking your strength, the quarterback run game, Riley Leonard, 9 carries on that drive. 8 of those 9 were designed quarterback runs, several of which were on short yardage situations that converted first downs. You could not ask for a better start to this game for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
So Notre Dame will kick off. Mitch Jeter teeing it up at the 35-yard line to our left, kicking off from left to right, with the ball closest to the far hash mark, his left. Emeka Buka is deepest for Ohio State. Previous long touchdown drive in terms of plays in a championship game was 12, so they beat that by 6 plays. Good kick by Jeter, spinning down near the far pylon, and it'll be a touchback. 5:15 to go first quarter. It's Notre Dame 7, Ohio State nothing, but about to be on offense. This is the College Football Playoff National Championship presented by AT&T on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Timeout. Your body goals don't have an off season. GNC is ready to help you get a stronger start on the new year with help building more muscle and proven. Need a boost? We're ready with GNC vitamins for your longest winter days. Want the best energy drinks? They're at GNC. Never tried creatine before? Get ready to be amazed. GNC coaches are ready to help you in stores everywhere. And you can shop our full collection of flavors and online exclusives at GNC.com. GNC, live well.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check that your guests like spicy first before serving atomic hot wings.
Who's hungry?
Oh my gosh. What are these?
You don't like them? Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Water.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
In SEC country, the key to our confidence comes from having a goal and knowing just how we're going to get there.
8 seconds, it's plenty of time.
So in these pivotal moments, we come together for inspiration and a plan. Financial confidence in SEC country works that way too, when you and your banker get together to create your personal Regions Greenprint plan.
I think that'll really work. Thanks.
So let's huddle up, because in an SEC world, we're the SEC Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
This is the College Football Playoff National Championship, presented by AT&T on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
And the underdog Notre Dame Fighting Irish already on top 7-0 after nearly a 10-minute drive. Greg, I'm a bit surprised Ohio State deferred. It's easy to say now that Notre Dame marched right down the field, but Ohio State in this playoff has jumped on their opponent in all 3 games. They scored a touchdown on their first possession in each of the previous 3 games, but they elected not to take the ball first.
I'm 100% with you, Sean, especially knowing, too, that Ohio State is a team that has been so aggressive and has been so good throwing the football, and Notre Dame is not really a team that is built to come from behind. So I agree with you. I'm really surprised they decided to defer, but they love their defense, and normally that defense is excellent.
So it's Ohio State on offense. They've scored 42 first quarter points in the 3 wins against Tennessee, Oregon, and Texas. And Notre Dame has not given up a first quarter point in any of their last 6 games. And they haven't given up a first quarter touchdown in their last 8 games. 3 months ago, Georgia Tech scored in the first quarter of a game played here between Georgia Tech and Notre Dame. The Irish won it. Travion Henderson is the back. Will Howard, the quarterback, under center. He hands off to Henderson, running left, and he speeds across the 31. Taken down right along the numbers after a 6-yard gain by Jack Kaiser, playing in his 70th career game for Notre Dame as a 6th-year player. Came back to win a national championship. Will Howard is the Ohio State quarterback, a transfer from Kansas State, like Riley Leonard in his first year at his current school, and he's had a very good year. From Downingtown, Pennsylvania, similar size to Riley Leonard. They're both 6'4". Howard's a little heavier, 235. Goes out of the gun now with a double receiver set to the left, hands it off to Henderson. He's spun down for a loss again by Jack Kaiser. 70 games for one school is the all-time FBS record, as you might expect. Players playing extra games because of the extra COVID year. Ball's on the 30-yard line. 3rd down and 5 for the Buckeyes from the left hash mark. With Travion Henderson, the running back. He'll split time with Quinshon Judkins. Notre Dame crowding the line of scrimmage. Howard takes a shotgun snap, drops, throws to his left, caught. Jeremiah Smith struggles for the first down. Got out of the grasp of Leonard Moore and got to the 37-yard line near the near sideline for a 7-yard gain for the freshman from Miami, Jeremiah Smith, the freshman of the year, Big Ten, the Big Ten wide receiver of the year.
And one question that all of us had coming into this game is how would Notre Dame defend Jeremiah Smith? Would they double him? Would they play zone coverage? That time, man coverage on the first 3 snaps, and Jeremiah Smith wins the one-on-one for the conversion.
Al Golden, the defensive coordinator, said they're not going to change much. They play mostly man coverage. They'll mix it up tonight. Out of the shotgun, Howard. In motion to Emeka Egbuka. Here comes a blitz, and it's a delivery by Howard to the near sideline to the tight end, G. Scott, who bounced off a hit near the 38 and went up the sideline to the 41 before he was knocked out of bounds by Howard Cross for a 4-yard gain. It was R.J. Oben who was bringing pressure from Howard's right, so he threw away from the pressure to his left for a good play on first down.
A good job by Will Howard. I mean, Oben was coming very quickly around the right-hand side, but he knew his outlet, got rid of it, and lived to play second down.
Pistol now. Henderson still the running back. He's had a tremendous playoff. Down to 2:40 to go in the quarter. 7-0. Irish low snap. Handled by Howard. A handoff to Henderson. Big hole running right. Bounces outside and turns the corner. Crosses the 50 and gets wrestled out of bounds at the 41 of Notre Dame by Xavier Watts. 18 yards on the gain for the explosive Henderson.
So far, Notre Dame's initial defensive structure is with 2 high safeties, and they're bringing that safety down to the box a little bit too late. Henderson has found some open space running the football because of how late that rotation is.
1st and 10, Ohio State down 7-0. Off the right hash, quick throw by Howard out of the gun, wide to the right. It's caught by Quinshon Judkins, the running back, down the far numbers, and finally chopped down to the 25-yard line with a 15-yard pickup to their running back Judkins. And like Henderson, he's also an excellent receiver.
Good start so far for Chip Kelly's offense. They now have 4 playmakers involved that have touches already. Henderson's got one, Smith's got one, Judkins got one. And now they just got to get Carnell Tate and Emeka Egbuka going. Then everybody will have gotten a touch.
They do huddle. They break the huddle. Howard goes in the shotgun. He sends Judkins out widest to the right. Wider than Smith, who now comes in motion back toward the line of scrimmage. And it is Smith who took the ball off the snap for a handoff going right to left, and he got dropped for a 5-yard loss back at the 30-yard line by Xavier Watts, another one of those veterans who came back for one more year to win a national championship, and he has a shot at it tonight.
And the timing on that was odd. As Jeremiah Smith was running across, he actually caught the snap from Hinsman, so the timing between the quarterback and center totally thrown off there, led to a broken play.
2nd down and 15. We're on the left hash. There's a fake handoff to Judkins. Rolling left, Howard throws on the run. It's caught near the first down marker. Out of bounds near sideline. Emeka Egbuka. They're going to mark him out of bounds with a 12-yard gain. Short of the first down. They're at the 18-yard line of Notre Dame.
And that was pretty well covered by Jack Kaiser, but Egbuka came back to the quarterback, made that throw shorter, and cut off the angle of Kaiser, who was trying to cover.
First catch of the game for Egbuka. Judkins is the running back. Out of the gun, Will Howard. Judkins on his right hip. Howard claps. It's a design run for him. Off right guard, first down. Had a nice hole between the center and guard and went down to the 13-yard line before he got upended. Ryan Day, the Ohio State coach, applauds on the sideline as that's the end of the first quarter. His team trying to answer the historic opening touchdown drive by Notre Dame. At the end of the first quarter, Notre Dame 7, Ohio State nothing. This is the College Football Playoff National Championship presented by AT&T on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Navy Federal Credit Union can help you dominate debt with a 0% intro APR on credit card balance transfers for 12 months. And right now, you could get $250 when you spend $2,500 using a Cash Rewards or Cash Rewards Plus card. Visit NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. After the intro rate expires, variable APRs are 15.15% to 18% based on credit worthiness. Rates are subject to change. ATM fees for cash advances are up to $1 at non-Navy Federal ATMs.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams winter sale and get 30% off paints and stains January 17th through the 27th. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
With Eckrich, the official smoked sausage and deli meat of the college football playoff, it's super easy to score big flavor, even when you have no time between the laundry, your laundry list of responsibilities, and kickoff. You're still ready to go with perfectly seasoned smoked sausage you heat up and eat up. Whether it's Grandpa's famous chili dogs or your famous almost forgot the potluck deli sliders, Eckrich makes every game day taste and feel like a win. For extra delicious game days, just add Eckrich.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the College Football Playoff National Championship, presented by AT&T on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Coming your way from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, 24 degrees outside with a wind chill at 14. A cozy 72 with the roof closed in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, hosting the College Football Playoff National Championship game for the second time. It's a classic game back in 2018. Alabama beat Georgia in overtime on that memorable touchdown pass by the freshman Tua Tagovailoa to Devontae Smith. And Greg McElroy, we have a scintillating start to this one. Incredible drive by Notre Dame with the opening kickoff, 18 plays for a touchdown. But here comes Ohio State right back, about to snap it for the 10th time at the Notre Dame 13.
Extremely impressive response from Ohio State at this point. Now you got to pay it off by scoring 6 as opposed to settling for 3. But the rhythm and the amount of touches all their best playmakers have gotten on this drive is really remarkable.
On this opening drive, Will Howard's 4 for 4 for 38 yards passing. He's also carried once for a 5-yard gain that got them a first down. And they break the huddle. The ball closer to the left hash mark than the right as they go from our left to right. At our end of the field, as we mentioned earlier, we're near the 5-yard line with most of the field to our left. Howard goes under center. Judkins is the running back. It's a handoff to Judkins off left tackle. Cuts back to the right inside the 10 and knocked down just inside the 8-yard line by Jalen Sneed, who plays their rover position, primarily a linebacker. Judkins, a transfer from Ole Miss. Both he and Henderson have more than 3,600 career rushing yards. They both have a chance to go over 1,000 for the season tonight. Of course, the extra games help. They huddle again on second down and 5. Ball right equidistant between the hash marks, and Howard will go under center again with Judkins, the running back. They send the tight end Scott in motion, then he sets near the right. A play fake to Judkins, a throw in the flat. Wide open Jeremiah Smith. He walks in for a touchdown. They faked to the left. Howard threw it back to the right in the flat near the numbers at the 10-yard line. And Smith was all alone and walked in along the near sideline for the Ohio State touchdown.
And that was really nice design. They put Smith to the field, and you noticed right at the last second, Christian Gray, who was in coverage, is pointing, saying, hey, Jeremiah Smith's over here. Leonard, we got to switch spots. They couldn't get it communicated in time. They run Jeremiah Smith on a fake sweep, roll him back out to the right. It's an easy pitch and catch and a walk-in touchdown for the freshman.
Jaden fielding to try to tie it with the extra point, and it is good. So after Notre Dame went 18 plays for 75 yards and a touchdown, Ohio State 11 plays, 75 yards, had it for more than 6 minutes, and score on the touchdown pass to Smith. What a start. 14-10 to go in the second quarter. Notre Dame and Ohio State tied at 7. You're listening to the College Football Playoff National Championship presented by AT&T on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Single game tickets for Cincinnati women's basketball are on sale now. Don't miss the Bearcats, led by head coach Katrina Merriweather, in Fifth Third Arena for year 2 in the Big 12 Conference. Join the sisterhood. Get your tickets today at gobearcats.com/tickets or call 1-877-CATS-TICKS.
Rocky here for Gilkey Windows. Gilkey has been custom crafting their windows right here in Ohio for over 45 years, and they want to put these top quality windows in your home today. Check them out at Gilkey.com.
Most people that buy their own health insurance think that once they have chosen their plan from Obamacare during the open enrollment period, well, they're stuck with it for a year. They think if they have to change, they're going to be penalized, taxed, or arrested or something. That is not true. This is simply not the case. You can change any time, no problems. We always put off doing certain things, and reviewing your health insurance options is like getting a root canal, but you can change and save big with better coverage. If you're fairly healthy and don't need mandated coverage like maternity, you can save 30 to 60%. Couples under 65 are saving $500 to $1,000 a month with better coverage. You owe it to yourself. You can at least make the call. Educate yourself. Call 513-800-CALL, 513-800-2255. To learn more, go to Cover Cincy. That's covercinci.com.
700 WLW.
National Championship, presented by AT&T on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
50 seconds into the second quarter. Each team's had it just once, and each has scored a touchdown. We're tied at 7 as we check in with Katie George.
Well, Sean, after his 9 carries for 34 yards and a touchdown, Riley Leonard was exhausted when he came off the field. He dropped down into a crouch on the sidelines, coughing and spitting. Trainers immediately got him fluids. When he popped up, he walked through his offensive line group, said, "That's a heck of a drive, boys." 10-minute drive, I think, gets you that praise, Sean.
All right, Katie, thank you.
I can tell you this. I can't speak with perspective on having 9 carries in a game, let alone a drive. But looking at Riley Leonard and the physical beating he took on some of those hard carries on thirds and shorts, it was pretty impressive to see him finish in the end zone.
He is a dual threat quarterback for sure. He's just the third quarterback to play in the championship game, BCS or college football playoff, back to 1998, who entered the game with more than 15 rushing touchdowns and passing touchdowns for the season entering the title game. Cam Newton for Auburn, they won it in 2010. Marcus Mariota, as they were both Heisman Trophy winners. For Oregon in 2014, they lost to Ohio State in that championship game. So each team's had it once, and we're in the second quarter, 50 seconds deep. And Jaden Fielding's kickoff is going to be another touchback over the head of Jaden Harrison. Still 14-10 left, second quarter. Notre Dame and Ohio State tied at 7 in the College Football Playoff National Championship, presented by AT&T on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like when the University of Houston trailed by 25 points in the fourth quarter of the 2015 Armed Forces Bowl. The Cougars recovered 2 onside kicks and converted a 2-point conversion with 59 seconds left to secure the improbable 35-34 victory.
Houston stages a comeback for the ages.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to to Fansville's cheers and tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Michelle Smallman here for the Capital One Venture X card. If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, you can earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn all of your purchases into extraordinary travel. And you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book through Capital One Travel. Plus, you'll get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the College Football Playoff National Championship, presented by AT&T on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
And it's coming away from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Terrific start to this national championship game. Each team has had one possession. Each has had a long touchdown drive. The touchdown catch by Jeremiah Smith was for the freshman from Miami, his 15th of the year, second most all-time by a freshman. Michael Crabtree of Texas Tech caught 22 touchdown passes in his freshman year in just 13 games.
Pretty
Smith's
good year.
Already one of the best college football players playing today.
He's tremendous, and he doesn't play like a freshman. I mean, at 6'3", 220 pounds, I mean, he is put together in a way that very few are. He's going to be special for a long time.
He has shattered all of Chris Carter's records for freshman receivers at Ohio State. So now it's Notre Dame's turn again. Riley Leonard, Katie George, reported on his physical well-being. The eye black on the left side of his face is just smeared all down the left side of his face. He opens in the shotgun with three receivers wide to the right. Darian Price, the running back, is on his left hip. They're off the left hash mark. Bo Collins comes in motion right to left and sets near the numbers. Leonard drops back to throw, spins around, throws too high over the crossing receiver, Bo Collins. Their leading receiver for most of the year. He played very little against Penn State in the semifinal, went out with a calf strain.
And it's good to have him back, too. He's their best wide receiver when it comes to beating zone coverage, and that's what you're going to see for the most part against Ohio State.
2nd and 10. 7-7 the score. Less than a minute gone by second quarter. Leonard remains in the shotgun. Price still the running back. Mitch Evans, the tight end, in motion from left to right, and then he came back. There's a flag down. This will be the first penalty of the game on either team for a false start against the Irish.
Before the snap, false start, offense number 5. 5-yard penalty, second down.
It's on Bo Collins, the transfer from Clemson, where he played for 3 years. So that'll bring the ball back to the 20. It'll be second down and 15.
And one thing that Notre Dame did a great job of on the first drive was taking 2nd and 10, 2nd and long, and making it third and manageable. What will Mike Denbrock do to get this back to third down and 3 or 4?
Three receivers to the right. Eli Raridan, a tight end, split out to the short side left. Price, the running back, to the left of Leonard. Evans in motion from right to left. Here comes a blitz up the middle. Leonard sidesteps and he's still in trouble. Now scrambles back to his left. There's a flag down behind the play. Throws caught near sideline. And it's a catch by Bo Collins just short of the first down marker, out of bounds at the 33. But Cody Simon came on a blitz, and the Buckeyes think this is going to be a holding call against Notre Dame.
Holding. Offense number 56. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Joggy saw called for the hold. Of all the things that we came across in preparing for this game, to me, the most remarkable, Greg, Ohio State's opponents were called for one offensive holding penalty all year prior to tonight. And they couldn't believe that, the way they rushed the passer. That's one in more than 730 plays. So they finally get their second. On Joggy saw, he had a hold of Tyleek Williams. The ball back on the 10-yard line. Wiped out a 13-yard gain. Leonard takes the snap, hands it off to Price, trying to find a hole to his left. Didn't get much, perhaps two, before he got wrapped up by Sonny Styles, the linebacker, former safety, and one of the leading tacklers on their team. Second leading tackler behind Simon.
Already one of the early adjustments from Jim Knowles, defensive coordinator for Ohio State. Those safeties are a little bit tighter than they were on that first drive. Now here on 3rd and 25, I don't anticipate them getting up in run support. But notice on 1st and 2nd down, they were a little closer to the line of scrimmage to take away the run.
They have Aeneas Williams in now at running back. He's a 3rd down specialist. 4 receivers, one the tight end, Evans, who comes and sets at the left end of the line. Shotgun snap to Leonard, under pressure, sidesteps the rush from his right, dumps it off to the left side, and chopped down Mitch Evans at the 21. Between the numbers and the sideline by Davison Igbinosun, the cornerback. It was Jack Sawyer who put the quick pressure on Riley Leonard. An 8-yard gain, but a mile short of the first down, and the Irish will punt, the first punt for either team.
There were 2 or 3 plays in a row where Riley Leonard's having to move in the pocket to negotiate the pass rush. That pass protection was great on the first drive, but it started to get home a little more often on the second.
You have to be alert always for fakes with Notre Dame, but you wouldn't expect it here. James Rendell, the punter, graduate student from Australia, rolls a bit to his right and hits a bomb end over end. Emeka Buka makes a fair catch back at the 34-yard line. Nice punt, 46 yards. Yeah, there is a flag down on the play. Back at the 32-yard line at our end of the field, about 7 yards off what was the, about 12 yards off what was the line of scrimmage, the 20. The Notre Dame can't take penalties. They need to stay ahead of the chains when they're on offense. Steve Marlowe is the referee. Ready to make
During
the
the kick,
announcement.
holding, receiving team. It's a 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick, first down.
And Ohio State will be on offense for the second time when we come back. 12:21 left, second quarter. Notre Dame and Ohio State tied at 7 in the College Football Playoff National Championship, presented by AT&T on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Michelle Smallman here for the Capital One Venture X card. If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, you can earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn all of your purchases into extraordinary travel. And you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book through Capital One Travel. Plus, you'll get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Harry Douglas here for Technique's new noise-canceling True Wireless AZ80 earbuds. Technique's has been revolutionizing the audio game for almost 60 years. With multi-point connection of up to 3 devices at the same time, the AZ80s let you go from leading a meeting to listening to a podcast to taking a call seamlessly. Visit us.techniques.com/sports to shop for AZ80s now. That's us.technics.com/sports.
This is the College Football Playoff National Championship, presented by AT&T on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Sean McDonough, Greg McElroy in the broadcast booth. Down on the sidelines, Ian Fitzsimmons on the Ohio State sideline. Katie George with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. We're tied at 7 with 12:21 left in the first half. Will Howard and the Buckeyes about to go on offense for the second time. Each team scored in the first possession, and then Notre Dame stopped by the Buckeyes on their second time on offense.
And while they reached the end zone through the air by throwing it to Jeremiah Smith, it was really the run game that had them in great position. Travion Henderson's 3 for 24. Will Howard added 5 yards on the third down conversion, and Quinshon Judkins not just had a catch for 15, but also had a carry for 5. So this Notre Dame defense has got to figure out a way to stop the run, and Ohio State needs to continue to control the line of scrimmage.
Ohio State has scored a touchdown now in each of their 4 opening drives in this college football playoff. They come over the ball from the sideline, operating from their own 23-yard line, perhaps the 24, as they go from left to right. Total yards are 85 for Notre Dame, 75 for Ohio State. All 75 on that one possession. Travion Henderson's the running back. Will Howard's going to go under center on first down. The 2 receivers to the left, the tight end tight to the right. They fake a jet sweep. They hand off the jet sweep to Ibuka going from left to right. He turns the corner up the field and across the 35 with a 13-yard gain and a